Alright, tis time. Tis time to get some coffee. It is time. Alright, moment. Time to move to the kitchen. Just gonna bring some water. Let's go. Oh, let's go. A whole bunch of sun there and everything, even. Insane. Insane. Hey, Utan. Hey, Pentment. Hello. Hello, guys. Let me see. All right. There we go. All right. Open some balcony. Get some fresh air. Let's close this a bit too, probably. A little too bright that way. A little too bright. All right. All right. Let's get that coffee going and get some water. So yeah, let's get the coffee, and then we start the Unity staring. And then I'm gonna call it around the usual time, and we're gonna continue it on YouTube. On the bonus stream. Not about the long one, but yeah, seems like the Elden Ring addiction's kicking in for some people. So gonna be doing other YouTuber one then. And tomorrow also probably, I guess, the game dev stuff. I'm thinking about like maybe doing a bunch of it on YouTube, really. Just so I can, you know, do decent amount of it. Let's put it that way. Alright, time for new coffee. Because if I will be doing it like once a week or something, that's gonna be quite a long one. So I think I'm gonna dedicate a bunch of YouTube evening streams to it. And some Twitch day streams too. At least once a week, but then we'll see. Well, then we'll see how things will go. On YouTube, I guess I'll also be kind of more comfortable just being a bit more prepared guy. And just looking through guides and everything. I'll stream. Guess that's probably what I'm gonna need. You're right, Ethiopian. Yurgachev a nut. Alright. Oh, let's see. Yes, I see. Well, I mean, it's hard and stuff, not like even from, you know, the difficulty of the process, but more like, you know, getting used to it, basically. It's like the new type of stuff I do. So it's nice to get some, so you get into the mood. You get used to it, because right now I like literally have no idea. Like I opened the project, right, installed everything, looked into it, and like, shit, I can't even like, you know, like see what's the first move or something. Like, where do I start, man? How do I put the fucking floor here or something, you know, this kind of stuff. How does that work? That's how clueless I'm gonna be. Don't know what there is to know, yeah. I got no idea whatsoever. I on purpose kind of didn't want any guides for that and everything too, because yeah, we're gonna be PP guy, you know, with everyone. I saw like the point of view. Some people, where they don't like some like YouTube content, for example, in that way, in that department, is that, you know, everything is edited, everything is like boom, 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 all perfect, all good, no mistakes, no errors, just like, you know, everything's beautiful. And that's why some people like watching the streams and maybe streams like that, because they just see, you know, the actual process without editing, with person also being fucking pipiega, and just feeling, you know, relatable, I guess. But totally not the best tutorial material, though. You dig through, like, many hours of VOD just to figure out how to make something work. Not the best one. Could just have it on the background to maybe feel inspired and stuff. Maybe then. A few tutorials good. Yeah, I'm not sure how, like, what of that will be kind of fine to, like, watch, for example. I'm pretty sure, like, Unity own tutorials probably should be fine at least. But I bet they are kind of maybe not the top tier stuff. And you need some actual good stuff. We'll see, though. Maybe watching a little bit. Now, do I make a hell bar? Yeah, like, how do I make anything, really? That's gonna be my life right now. Probably. Like, the goal for now is just to actually even make, you know, like, the main thing. Just, like, kind of the scrolling terrain. The, like, blue, orange, whatever, skybox. Some dirt, you know, ground. And just some green, you know, squares and stuff passing by. Just show the stuff is moving. That will be the first thing. And have some like black square or something to imitate what is kind of moving, I guess. And then just get other squares or something, or like the houses, the squares with triangle on top. That's gonna be some of those encounters, you know, and at least then so you can do some decisions somewhat. At least you can say W or L, you know. And that already gonna be a big achievement there. Let's see what I say. Using Unity without ever making platformer. Yeah, I'm not really interested, like, to be honest. I don't really play that much, and I'm kinda like don't even want to. If anything, it'll be something like top-down or some stuff. Well, I guess you could do some of the things also in platformer format. It gives a lot of opportunities. Not exactly platformers, something else, right? And the higher level design, correct? That's the thing, like, I don't think you should instantly just like start to push. Like, I just already like even like looking a little bit through some of the related stuff on like the Reddit and everything. I already saw like a lot of like, you know, people who are like, oh man, I'm finishing my, you know, first project and I'm developing it already for like 15 years. And you're like, bro, what the fuck? I mean, it's also cool though, right? When you're like so passionate about something, you just like work on that for like years. That's nice, but that's what happens when you get like some insane scope and everything, right? Like you want to nail all the stuff, you have like some of this like final super crazy idea and everything, and you want from the get-go just go for the big stuff. But that sadly ends up kind of like Gray Block, for example, right? That's like perfect example. 6 years into making, big scope and everything, and then everything is just kind of garbo. Not garbo, but like undercooked a lot. Yes, yeah, I think it's kind of, well, I mean, it's nice to start at least, I guess. Just to see, you know, how things go from nothing to something. That might be kind of good. To just make something simple and basic, and then on top of that, it's better already to just use, to just watch some specific things. Again, like, yeah, the health bar or something. And then you go for that already, yeah? Like all those huge ones probably, like, because if you just repeat the steps after someone, that's not gonna do shit, really. Well, I mean, that actually will bring you some understanding on how, you know, UI works and everything, at least, so that's good. It gives you some idea. It's kind of like learning, when you go into coding, learning like the syntaxes, how, things go. Which I also like already. Don't even remember, dude. I remember like some from like Pascal and stuff back in the day. I went like program PPega, uses CRT, var, all that kind of stuff. A begin end, all those beautiful things. The game design, game research stuff. I mean, I am reading some of the books, and technically right now I'm like reading a second time already. Tyne and Sylvester's book. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah, you just need like the steps. You just need the steps. I mean, the problem might happen if, you're making all the steps and all good, but then you kind of like start adding some things that you kind of want for your game, and you realize that you need to redo a lot of things that you already made. That's a bit of a problem, so it's better to plan everything from the beginning. But also, if you don't know shit and you try to plan and do everything from the beginning, then you might end up just not doing anything, I feel like. Or it just becomes like really huge, tedious task and commitment then. So it might be better just to kind of like do at least something that you can finish. See what I say, huh? Well, figuring what works and stuff also, you just need to iterate and everything. First game gonna suck big time anyway. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That's what I want to. I want to like, to get some stuff from start to finish. Maybe not even one, maybe multiple ones. And then see what happens. But that's pretty much what I want indeed, eh? Alright, 1 second. Close this, open up this. Alright, so let's see. Now, what do we have? The IGN Fan Fest showed the gameplay trailer of Expanse, a Telltale series. They showed the exploration of abandoned ship, taking important decisions. They actually got some sort of like exploration and stuff doing in a little bit better way than regular Telltale stuff by the looks of it. That's nice. That's big, yeah? Let's see what else do we have, what else is happening? Developers say there is nothing planned for Hogwarts DLC. Damn sucker, right? Already watched the whole 5 hours there. Damn son. The dedication. The dedication, commitment on the man. To the research. I just skipped around, alright. Not a scam, not even buggy. That'll be good. That'll be good. I'm down. It's gonna be probably one of the few I'm gonna actually play on the release. Because of the Game Pass. The magical Game Pass. I'm gonna play it on Tuesday. Could be midnight. So yeah, Tuesday from the very morning, the very beginning of the stream. We hope in. That's the plan. Ooh, right. Yes, it's okay. See. Yeah, it should be midnight my time. Yeah, should be, should be. We'll see. Footage from cancelled Dead Rising 5 project emerges online. There more footage being leaked everywhere. Insane. Bethesda updated the website. A physical retail version of the PC version does not come with a disc of the game. Xbox Standard Edition is the only SKU that provides players with a physical disc of the game. All right. Well, another Redfall. Redfall also gonna have no actual disc. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Paradise Cracked got the dang remaster, the fan remaster. I should play that one. I'll find time. I kind of started it on stream back in the day, but it wasn't. It was the OG, the old stuff, and this is already like the remade on a bit more updated and modern engine of the next game in the series. So that might be interesting to check at some point. We'll get there. It's an interesting cyberpunk game made by the people from my university long ago. But I think it was mostly kind of like local thing. I did get a bit of an international stuff, but not too much. They made a few games, and I think like the studio closed there. Like every other Telltale game as well. Well, I mean, they right now showed there is some like teaser of how things move and everything, that you can actually move and explore stuff. So like it's gonna be the same, yeah, with decision making and stuff, absolutely. But apparently, like at least between decisions and everything, you'll have a little bit more stuff to do. It seemed like actual being able to, move around. Yeah, you could, but like you actually, like do some other stuff too, not just move from dialogue to dialogue. Seems like, at least do something else. Seems like, at least. Just like a quick teaser in Twitter, so can't really see that much of it. Now let's see. The Bleak Knight, Bleak Faith Forsaken. Damn son, another grimdark Souls-like, seems like. All right, more. 10th of March on PC. It looks kind of nice, I guess, but we'll see. We'll see. Saudi Arabia upped its stake in major US game publishers EA and Take-Two. Yeah, so not just Nintendo, they just went ham with everything too. I mean, they probably made like a shitload last year out of all the oil and everything, so they need to invest. How's it going, Pony? How's life? Wait, the channel skins? What? Over the chat banner, a large over the content logo in the lower third that reduces the size of the player. The fuck? A new super features on Twitch. Is the test, alright. Over the chat part is fine. Anything that impacts the player and the stream itself is such a bad idea. Alright, he built on hello. Click-through rates will be incredible on this, partially because it has an X that most people recognize as close function for an ad, but it's not. It's a debate to get you to click. Damn, son. Man, Twitch is like so PPG with this shit, like, holy fuck. I hope there's gonna be like a bunch of people getting fucked now, though. Like with all this, like the front page fiesta, that was like, you know, the Polychanel secret that everyone fucking knew about. And that front page is useless, and it's basically just a view bot galore. Or like legit view botting sorta of a channel, whatever channel Twitch picks. Now that got to the masses, to the mass media. And they actually kind of presented it in an interesting way too, because that outlet posted the news as like Twitch uses, you know, like front like I don't remember like how exact wording was, but basically like kind of Twitch scams its parent company Amazon. So like they just like boost the numbers that way and then show to the superior management in the Amazon those boosted numbers, how successful and good they are. Is there no more streams there for you, Pony? I don't know, I haven't checked in a while. Like I don't really watch Twitch nowadays, so yeah, I haven't checked in months already. What's happening on the front page? Do you not have the main player there anymore? Parent company and the streamers. Well, I mean, streamers are kind of okay with that because sure, you don't get like some crazy gain from that, right? But you still get something. It's better than nothing. Like you still get boosted in the category. You're still gonna get like some few extra followers and stuff, right? So it's not too bad. So streamers usually, I think, kind of like don't really mind. I personally don't mind, even if it's like not a huge impact. It's still, you know, some impact that you usually don't have. So front page for me was always good. Like I understand that it's not as good as people see it is, but it was good. And just recommended channels usually get in the sidebar. I see. I mean, that was kind of always the case for me, though. The random channels you need to scroll. Well, I think nothing really changed. Yeah, they're getting shit on for what's the name? For the player on the front page. And that's something I was saying for years already. And that also kind of explains, I guess, why they're not, you know, fighting something like Extra Life and all that stuff. Because, yeah, they use those boosted numbers also in their reports. So that's why they don't fight that. That's why they probably don't even, like, really mind potentially some actual viewboarding whenever, like, I don't know if that's still kind of the case nowadays with drama like this, but back in the day, I remember there was a lot. There was a lot of drama about like streamers viewboarding, like in 2016 or so. There was a lot of it, and again, like, they always were doing it. No one did anything about it, really. And that's probably part of the reason too, because that allows them to show how efficient they are, you know. How many viewers the platform gets, even if some of them are not exactly real. So basically, it's kind of like, you know, viewbotting their own viewer numbers for the reports and stuff. It's like streamer viewbotting to push themselves in the platform. The platform, the viewbots itself to push it harder in the manager reports. Blame facts for Twitch is allowing it. That's what I'm saying. It's not the player, it's the game. Hey, Mokafe. I just said Factstra as an example. But as I said, that just explains why it's still allowed. They farming views that way. And now, yeah, doing the new stuff. You press the X to close the ad, and instead you click the ad. This is just like the trash websites strats from back in the day. It was called, well, in Russian sphere of search engine optimization. Click under, I think it was called. The click under traffic is basically, well, not exactly the same, but it's pretty much like you open the page. Whenever you click on the page, you have like some ad already clicked. It's either open the tab or the pop-up, or maybe even like the main page just switches to what you clicked. Like you click anywhere on the page and it just like clicks on the banner basically. Seems kind of the same here. You want to close the ad, instead you click the ad. They get the CTR because out of people who see the ad, very high percentage wants to close the ad instead of keep seeing it, right? So that's good click-through rate. Let's see, Steve, I see. Maybe there's some odd. They get some odd there. I mean, yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah, we'll see. At least they're trying the new like advertisement formats, which is good. Which is good. I'm not sure why it's like called channel skins. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's called channel skins. I think it's like literally just odd. Oh, channel sponsor. Oh, I see. Okay. So you can make like the sponsor thing now. Like Soda was doing it apparently with the with their PC brand and everything. So you have the, which way? This way. You have this banner here. You have this banner in the corner, and you have banner like in the top of the chat too. So they testing that stuff. They apparently decrease the size of the player, which I think it's kind of fine though. They probably like decrease the size of the player because the ad gonna probably be all over it. So like you just need to put more effort into the ad, and it's gonna be like taking all this like spare space that gets from small, like, making the player smaller. And the corner ad, yeah, the corner ad I guess is kind of like whatever. That one is kind of whatever, I guess. It would be nice to be able to like remove it though, or so it appears, you know, kind of like my donuts in other scenes, right? When it like appears for some time, then it disappears. Yeah, you can still do stuff, so that's not too bad actually. That is not too bad. And I think actually cross that this dude means, yeah, I think the only cross I see here is the cross on the ad itself. So it's not even Twitch. It's just how the ad goes. So it's like their banner. I guess he means this cross because that's the only one I see anywhere around. So that's not even like Twitch's fault, basically. It's how they made the banner. So that actually is good. That actually is nice. That's a good format, I think. The channel skins would be cool if they make them look like YouTube channels. Wait, what do you mean? Or just making like full YouTube UI? Or you mean like YouTube already has some implementation of that? I know YouTube with Stream Elements has some cool integration that like your like main banner for the channel can be like interactive. Like it can show, you know, like your goals being filled for donos, for example, or like for subscribers or something like this, like a bunch of this kind of stuff. That's kind of nice. Yeah, you can actually click that. Yeah, that's all clickable. Even the one in the corner in the player, it's all that you can click there. Which, like, I don't know why it's not a thing, really. I don't know why no one did extension like that. No one did on Twitch something like that. Like, why don't you make like the social banner rotator, right? Like some streamers have it that appears on the on screen. I'm kind of was planning to find time and do one myself too, right? Even though like yeah, I'm not really using like that much of a social stuff, but still. So it's like in the corner there will be like, you know, popping some like my Twitter, my Instagram and stuff, but it's always just like the picture animation, right? So you can't click it. You still need to go and type it in. Like why don't make like interactive rotator or something that will be like on the browser side, on the client side, so they can just click it. Technically, you can do it with extensions easily. And extensions in general was like such a good idea, and then you don't even see them. Like they're being used very like limited amount of ways, very limited amount of players and channels. Usually like on Twitch channels, they just kind of, when there's like some show going, they just collect some stats or like a votes that way or something. But there is no like good user side ones, and those that exist, like I remember I tried to look for something to put like, you know, like the Instagram photos, for example, in the panels, right? Maybe like small Twitter feed so people could like scroll, see the updates on my Twitter, right? If I'm like late or something. There's none. There was like 4 or 5 of them, and you just try them and they don't work because like Twitter and Instagram changed their like APIs in past like years, and extensions never were updated and they just don't fucking work. Or you need like some sort of like, you know, like give us your account, your login and everything, and then we're gonna do it. And I'm like, nah, dude, I'd rather not. Again, because they changed the API. So now if you kind of like do some small script on your own, then you need to, you can do it only for your account personally. And if you want to do a script that will like pull info from like other accounts that are not yours, then it's considered already kind of like commercial. And I guess you guys need to pay for like some sort of developer license or something. Yeah, exactly, Haxer, yeah. I see, Steve, I see, alright. Doesn't make noise to cover. Well, I mean, I think it's silent by the looks of it. And yeah, it doesn't cover, it just kind of like makes player smaller in all dimensions, and then all this like stuff gonna be filled with the ad. Let's make you pay for Twitter API. That's normal actually. Yeah, that is quite normal. Weirdly enough, that is actually like I think Instagram did it long ago. Like you can't really do stuff for someone else's account. Because I had those scripts for like Ella, for example, that I made, right? That were showing like some like the last photo from Instagram, giving the link in chat, last tweet and stuff. Last tweet works still, even though sometimes it kind of like on its own it lags. Like bot supposed to post whenever I post or Ella posts, right? But that lags often. If you manually request it, then it usually shows. But with Instagram, it's just kind of like, nope, doesn't work. Wait, the focus is still on the multiplayer. Wait, is there no like campaign or stuff whatsoever? Well, that's a skip then. That's a big skip. All right, what else do we have? Yeah, that's called the channel skins. What exactly they encompass? Clickable branded graphics that appear in select sponsored streams that we coordinate directly with streamers and brands. May notice a test where branded graphics appear on stream, on channel pages, and above chat. Okay, so why call it skins? Like channel skins. Like channel skins seems to me is kind of like, you know, you like pay for something and you have like some special skin there that you can customize. Which I think also was kind of planned at some point, if I remember correct, but maybe they meant that. And that is just basically kind of like alternative advertisement, and it seems like it's gonna be like direct partnerships between like brands and Twitch. So Twitch again wants to like, you know, get in your pocket there through that. Because they're also gonna get all those clicks through their systems, right? So they're gonna be the ones middlemaning, they will be the ones having full direct control, and they will be the ones who will be subtracting their own fee from that. Which is, I mean, if it's done fine, I'm okay with that. Like if they will actually like work better in like connecting streamers with the partnerships and you know, providing good ways to make it like cool and interesting, then it's fine. But if it's gonna be just kind of like, you know, nothing happening again for many people, for most of the people, then you know, what's the point even? Yeah, just I don't understand why skins. Just call it like something else, like like partnership graphics or something. At least call it like partner skins or some stuff, like or like channel skins with like for partnerships or something, so you can customize and do, you know, like your channel for some sponsorship. But just skins, like I don't know, when I hear like channel skins, I feel like it's something, you know, like customizable and changeable and not just for like advertisement and partnership. All right, let's see. What else? Yeah, Firax is making a new Civ game. The new civilization is coming. But XCOM designer Jake Solomon is leaving. So guy after 20-something years is peacing out. I mean, this drama about the charity stuff again. Hey, DDM, hello. Yeah, it seems like these guys were just like literally taking half of all the donos, the charity donos. What a nice company, dude. What a nice company. Alright, what else? What else? And the keep shit killing another company. Could be, could be. I'm not sure about the keep shit really though. I feel it might be just the case of like, you know, expectations are way too high. They probably just got a little like, maybe not shit, but got like, you know, some like weird looks from management that they expected way more, you know, sales and stuff, and they didn't. I mean, the Strauss Zelnick said that, you know, the game didn't sell well, didn't match the expectations, but it's gonna be still fine. Like the long term will be good, the long tail will be good, but you know, not matching our expectations. So they probably just kind of like, well, shit. Then you know, why would that work like this if they're not matching expectations? Which obviously expectations are kind of like pushed up just because they invested a bunch into license and stuff, DC, Marvel license and everything, right? So to match that expectation, they need to like pump way more because investments are way higher. And yeah, I guess dude just probably didn't really want to work under such pressure. That's pretty much it. Not to mention that there was also but that was actually DC Universe though, not Marvel. Now that I think about it, yeah, that was a DC guy, yeah, who was saying that all the actors should be the same like in games and movies. So imagine also paying those salaries to actors. The last Civ 6 DLC was only a couple of months ago. It was just like the rulers though. They just pumping some kind of like meaningless DLCs sorta to add some like, you know, fluff for those who still play. They just add like different rulers to countries. I think like the only like big ones were the one that introduced what's the name? Cataclysms, and the one that introduced some like political stuff there, I think. And that's kind of it, wasn't it? Like two big expansions that were kind of chunky in price and chunky in content. Everything else was mostly kind of just like fluff. Some like new factions sometimes, new civilizations sometimes, and then in the end, like mostly new rulers. They might still keep pumping some content for it and making a new one in the same time. I mean, it's gonna take years, right? Probably, at least a couple of years. And it's still gonna be like a lot of people who will be playing the predict. I mean, there's still a lot of people playing Civ 5 over 6.6 and preferring it that way, right? So there's gonna be a lot of people who also gonna stay and play the Civ 6 with all the DLCs and everything. See, so okay, see, yeah. Yeah, Gathering Storm and Rising Fall, yeah. That I think is only it. Only it. And the critics like a Dragonician, a balance between the serious story and the humor, a lot of content. Out of negatives, they say the range weapons, the gunpowder weapons, and side quests. Side quests as negatives. I think someone doesn't understand the main thing from Yakuza, I guess. Outbound Ghost devs DMCA strike their own game and accuse publisher of withholding royalties. Damn, son. Imagine, dude, imagine. Strategy games live usually way longer. I mean, kind of true, but it still depends. Like, I mean, like Europa, for example, Universalis is quite old, right? But like there was new Victoria, there was no new Crusader Kings and stuff, right? Like once in a while, you still kind of want to do something new. Especially since Civ compared to something like Europa Universalis or something is kind of like surface, you know, I would say. Like something like Paradox basically is way more dank. He's way more dank. Hey, Glorious Dialo. And as I said, they still can push more content for the sixth one until the new Civ is out, which, as I said, going to be probably a couple of years, I guess. So it will be like 8 years old by that time, and even after release, they still can keep pushing. Not to mention, they might just, you know, Civilization, they might go complete full turn there. It might be like, you know, Civilization Beyond Earth 2 or something else. They could do anything there. They could do anything there. The game can survive for decades. Yeah, I mean, you can return to Civ once in a while and also play a bunch. It depends on how like what you prefer. Like a lot of people can play like the same Civ for years. Some people just kind of like want something new. You know, like I can return once in a while. I did it on stream, right? It was okay. I did one run and kind of enough for now. Then at some point I'll be feeling like it. I can do it again. Yeah, Roskomnadzor considering a full or partial blocking of Twitch. And do they think the decision might be very well thought and everything, and with potential risks? Yeah, we'll see about that. It's kind of funny enough that mostly it's because we have a bunch of PPGs who get sponsored by like casinos and everything. So mostly also a bunch of idiots who kind of can ruin stuff for everyone else. You know, Liz, hello. How you doing, man? Tom Anderson said that NetEase bought Quantic Dream around 100 million euro. David Cage could get 50 million out of that. Holy shit, all right. So they basically kind of dropped the price of the acquisition. The acquisition already happened, but they just revealed the price, sorta. It wasn't just the head of Firaxis Games, it also was director of XCOM and Marvel Midnight Suns. So both. Sony also acquiring someone, I see. I see, put here, right? Attracting them PPGs, them son. Classic, classic. Atomic Heart's gameplay streamed early on Twitch. Was that one you watched? Alright, what else? What else? As you kind of see in that one. And did we, Embracer Group is now revamping their approach towards deciding on new games after Saints Row failed. Now they're gonna be more thoroughly picking new projects, and authors will need to prove that those games should be created. A Ballistic Moon, I see. And so FSR, no idea. DLS says they will, I think, for sure. Not sure about FSR. I think they were kind of like partnered with like either like Nvidia or someone else. I don't remember. So could happen back in the day at least. Alright, and this we saw. Oh yeah, the copium on the improved Skull and Bones version. And that they will show probably next month. We'll see. We'll see. Will there actually be the improved Skull and Bones there? Alright, let's get to the PC and get started with a little bit of that Unity Fiesta. Oh, it does Sacred? Ah, interesting, alright. Can actually run that on older ones, and that's interesting. Well, apparently Atomic Hearts runs okay in terms of optimization so far, so maybe you will actually be able to actually run it, you know. That one apparently seems like it's not as bad as many other ones nowadays. It might be a not even buggy mess, surprisingly. Might be. Might be. Ooh, right. All right, turn this off. There we go. Alrighty. Alrighty. Ugh. Shouldn't be too bad, eh? Hopefully. Hopefully.